1. A supervisor is designing a safety training session for adult workers. Which approach best aligns with adult learning principles? A. Presenting lengthy lectures with minimal interaction. B. Using real-life case studies relevant to their job roles. C. Repeating the same information multiple times without context. D. Assigning random topics unrelated to their tasks. 2. During a post-training evaluation, a supervisor notices that workers are unable to apply safety protocols on-site. What is the most effective evaluation method to measure application? A. Multiple choice written test. B. Oral questioning in the classroom. C. Hands-on skill demonstration in the work environment. D. Anonymous survey of opinions. 3. When creating a curriculum for safety compliance, what is the first step to ensure alignment with organizational needs? A. Writing exam questions before creating objectives. B. Identifying regulatory and workplace requirements. C. Scheduling training dates without content planning. D. Assigning mentors prior to needs assessment. 4. Which communication technique is most effective for delivering safety expectations to a diverse team? A. Using technical jargon to establish authority. B. Adapting language to the audience's comprehension levels. C. Speaking rapidly to cover more material. D. Using only written memos without verbal reinforcement. 5. A supervisor must evaluate if workers retained knowledge from a confined space safety training. Which method ensures the most valid assessment? A. True-false quiz. B. On-the-job observation with a performance checklist. C. Self-reported feedback forms. D. Group brainstorming session. 6. In mentoring a new employee about hazard reporting, which approach reflects best practices? A. Giving instructions once and expecting immediate compliance. B. Encouraging questions and modeling proper reporting behaviors. C. Assigning reporting tasks without oversight. D. Using technical manuals as the only resource. 7. A safety curriculum is being developed for a high-risk environment. Which element must be prioritized to ensure regulatory compliance? A. Alignment with OSHA or applicable national standards. B. Creativity of training delivery. C. Worker preferences for entertainment. D. Limiting training duration to under 30 minutes. 8. What is the best method for a supervisor to measure the effectiveness of mentoring in improving PPE compliance? A. Tracking disciplinary actions issued. B. Conducting surveys about satisfaction with mentoring. C. Comparing pre- and post-mentoring PPE usage data. D. Reviewing training attendance records. 9. When adapting training materials for experienced adult learners, the supervisor should A. Use examples that connect to their prior work experiences. B. Provide information without linking it to practice. C. Focus exclusively on memorization of technical terms. D. Avoid group interaction to prevent distractions. 10. Which evaluation level in Kirkpatrick's model directly assesses whether employees changed behavior after safety training? A. Reaction. B. Learning. C. Behavior. D. Results. 11. A supervisor is designing a lockout-tagout safety training. What is the most critical step to ensure the training is outcome-focused? A. Writing objectives that define measurable performance. B. Developing slides with attractive graphics only. C. Scheduling training based on convenience. D. Allowing employees to set their own unrelated goals. 12. Which mentoring technique is most effective for transferring tacit safety knowledge? A. Shadowing and guided practice. B. Reading policies independently. C. Attending large group lectures. D. Watching unrelated training videos. 13. when supervisors communicate updated safety regulations, which strategy best supports retention among adult learners? A. Relating regulations to their direct work responsibilities. B. Delivering lengthy policy documents without context. C. Repeating regulations without explanation. D. Assigning quizzes without instruction. 14. Which assessment format is most effective for evaluating a worker's ability to conduct a hazard analysis? A. Written multiple choice test. B. Group role-playing exercise with observation. C. Oral recitation of hazard definitions. D. Self-reported confidence survey. 15. During a toolbox talk, a supervisor notices employees are disengaged. What is the most effective adjustment? A. Incorporating interactive problem-solving scenarios. B. Continuing without addressing the issue. C. Reading policy documents verbatim. D. Reducing the session to unrelated small talk. 16. To align a safety training program with adult learning principles, the supervisor should: A. Emphasize self-directed learning opportunities. B. Control all aspects of learning with no flexibility. C. Avoid linking training to real-world tasks. D. Discourage collaboration. 17. What is the primary purpose of formative evaluation in safety training programs? A. Measuring final training effectiveness only. B. Providing ongoing feedback to improve learning outcomes. C. Determining compliance with external audits. D. Replacing summative evaluation. 18. When mentoring an employee on safe equipment use, what is the most effective feedback approach? A. Providing immediate, specific, constructive feedback. B. Waiting until end-of-year performance reviews. C. Giving vague praise without details. D. Criticizing mistakes without explanation. 19. In curriculum development for safety leadership, which element ensures alignment with organizational safety culture? A. Incorporating company values into training objectives. B. Designing training without referencing workplace context. C. Using only generic off-the-shelf materials. D. Limiting input from experienced workers. 20. Which communication method is most effective when supervisors need to reinforce compliance with emergency evacuation procedures? A. Hands-on drills combined with verbal instructions. B. Posting evacuation routes only on bulletin boards. C. Sending lengthy policy updates via email only. D. Avoiding repetitive practice sessions. 21. Which regulatory compliance principle must supervisors prioritize when planning hazardous materials training? A. Adhering to legally mandated training frequency and content. B. Delivering training based solely on budget constraints. C. Allowing employees to opt out of required sessions. D. Prioritizing entertainment value over compliance. 22. What is the best evaluation method to determine if safety training improved production efficiency without compromising safety? A. Analysis of safety incident trends and production data. B. Asking employees about their satisfaction. C. Conducting written quizzes only. D. Reviewing attendance records. 23. In mentoring, which approach best encourages employees to take ownership of workplace safety? A. Engaging them in goal setting and problem solving. B. Providing all answers without discussion. C. Assigning tasks without explanation. D. Discouraging independent thought. 24. Which adult learning principle explains why supervisors should incorporate problem-solving exercises into safety training? A. Adults prefer passive lecture-based formats. B. Adults are motivated when content is relevant and practical. C. Adults avoid applying prior experiences. D. Adults learn best without context. 25. A supervisor is preparing a summative evaluation of a fall protection training program. Which data best supports this evaluation? A. Incident rates before and after training. B. Trainee reactions immediately after training. C. Informal feedback during training delivery. D. Observations of trainer performance. 26. Which communication strategy best supports a culture of open reporting for near-miss incidents? A. Creating a non-punitive environment that values feedback. B. Enforcing strict disciplinary action for all errors. C. Avoiding discussion of mistakes to save time. D. Limiting reporting channels to supervisors only. 27. When designing a curriculum for safety leadership, which instructional strategy ensures continuous improvement? A. Including regular evaluation and revision cycles. B. Finalizing curriculum without future review. Using outdated content permanently. D. Relying solely on initial design without feedback. 28. A supervisor wants to mentor an employee in risk assessment. What method ensures skill transfer? A. Collaborative walkthroughs of workplace scenarios. B. Providing theory without demonstration. C. Relying only on self-study materials. D. Allowing employees to guess without correction. 29. Which evaluation tool provides the most objective evidence of compliance with regulatory safety standards? A. Audit checklists and inspection reports. B. Worker satisfaction surveys. C. Anonymous suggestion boxes. D. Oral presentations by trainees. Artie, in delivering safety messages to adult learners, which factor most influences retention? A. Relevance to job tasks and responsibilities. B. Volume of information delivered at once. C. Trainers' reliance on authority alone. D. Frequency of unrelated examples.